Technically, she is a little bit French. Good catch. Good catch. I'm always over prepared on set. Yes, if you're asking if we have just as many penises as the boys, we do. Tune in. She originally was written as a Haitian role, a Haitian woman. So yes, technically she is a little bit French. Good catch. Good catch. Yeah, I mean, I prepared quite heavily for this role. I knew I was off book for the first 2 scripts before we started filming. I was training physically, trying to get strong and badass. I also just made sure that I was sound of mind and spirit before we started because I knew my schedule was going to be crazy. Yeah, so this role is a spiritual challenge because the schedule is crazy, a physical challenge because of the stunts. The scenes are really intense, and so I'm always over prepared on set. I never don't know what's going on. I'm never winging it. I always have a bunch of options in my pocket, Yes, absolutely. I think that's such a good question. That was one of my favorite bits about early Marie is that, she grew up in a facility, right? She didn't grow up with a family. She didn't grow up like a normal kid. And so at the beginning of the series, half the time Marie is just how do I be a person? Oh, we're laughing at that. Oh, we're hanging out. Just kind of clueless to all of it. And I just found that journey really sweet of her starting to warm up and make friends and trust people and find love and all of that. But I really liked those early days where she just kind of didn't know how to be normal. I love it. Having superpowers is the coolest thing ever. It's so fun. I'm just playing pretend, throwing my hands around, and then they add in all the special effects. But I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. I love magic. So I'm always trying to summon real energy when I use the powers. I'm not just, I'm trying to feel it. And so then having that feeling and then seeing it on screen is really cool because I don't see any of it. At the beginning, season 1, they would give me green ropes, green screen ropes. And then that was the first episode. And then most of the time, Karen, our special effects person in season 2, she would kind of come up to me and tell me this is what we're picturing. And then I'd be this is what I'm picturing. And we'd kind of collaborate on the hand movements and stuff. You know what scene I loved, actually? Episode 4, after the exploding penis, when I run into Jordan in the hall, and then we have that whole encounter, and then we're kind of fighting, and then I'm why do you care about me? And then I look at her mouth, and I'm oh no, I want to kiss you. And then we had that whole trajectory, that scene, I just love it so much. Yeah. She's a little bit more jaded. Because, season 1, she went into it very doe-eyed and just so trusting. And now she's kind of okay, well, if this thing that I dreamed of for so long is, fake, and also the worst possible thing happened to me, I went to Elmira, what the fuck can you tell me, So she's got a little bit more edge this season in that she's not so scared of authority, which is pretty cool. Yes, if you're asking if we have just as many penises as the boys, we do. Tune in. I think it's a little, first of all, I think we have all of the same shock factor, right? And we have the humor as well and some of the darkness. But I do think that our show has a teeny bit more hope. Just because we're younger and a little bit more naive, and they're kind of everything's fucked all the time. I think our show is a little bit more maybe it's not. Yeah, so tonally it's very similar, but also very different. Oh, yeah, for sure. There's definitely some crossover. I can only allowed to tell you that The Deep makes an appearance on our show. That's all I'm allowed to say. I mean, a lot happens. A lot happens. I mean, I hope they feel satisfied. I hope they feel entertained. I think people are going to really like it. 100%. Yeah, I love Rosalind. Oh, I had so much fun playing her. I miss that gang. We had a really good time on that show. Yeah, and I remember I had a conversation with our showrunner between parts 3 and 4 where I was like, why am I a cheerleader now? Let's make me more badass. And he was like, yeah, good idea. And so that's kind of why they wrote in that I became a witch at the end, was after that conversation, which was really cool. Roberto's amazing, and he was really down to take notes. And so I like the evolution of that character because I got to have a say in it, and that was really cool. We had so much fun. Yeah, we hung out a lot. We would do games nights all the time. We were all kids, but we didn't think that we were. Yeah, so we just made really good friends, and being on set was so silly. We were laughing all the time, and it was just a good group of people. I just love magic. I like mystery things. I like mystical things. I like multidimensional things. I don't know. I like things that make you think differently and that expand your perception of reality. That's always the most exciting stuff to me. It's just what I love.